Hi, Jahida.
Hi everyone. Hello.
We're just waiting for people to join us and giving it a couple more minutes. Hello, Kim. Yeah, I seen your flyer, your services. I'll make sure that we share it. Also, and I see Nicole's putting her flyers. Those will also be sent. Okay. Hi, Ruth.
Hi. Good
Hi.
evening, good afternoon.
We're just waiting for people to join us.
Okay, I'm early.
Yeah, give me a couple more minutes.
Do you want me to leave until you're ready?
No, you can stay on. We have an agenda. I
Mhm.
believe I sent it. So Bryce is gonna go first and then I think you're second.
Okay,
So soon as give it, like I said, so 4:50 and then we'll officially start the meeting.
sure. I'm fine. I can stay as long as we need to.
Hi, Pilar. I'm trying to put all the flyers, but it's only letting me do one by one, so I apologize for everyone in the chat.
You could also it's okay if it's not working in the chat, you could email it to me separately. I'll make sure it still gets out um as well if you want.
Thank you so much. It is working. It's just like I have to do one by one, so
Yeah,
but maybe I will email it to it's in a group. You can
all right, no problem.
Just want to find my little presentation. And then we'll be all set.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Pilar Jones. I work with my colleagues, Jahida, who is here, Trudy's here. We have also Jillian, who I think could not join us today for our Meaningful Day Unemployment Services Committee for the Brooklyn DD Council. Today, we are planning to talk about summer fun events and resources. So we have some other providers that have agreed to join us and present. I want to just first start with some announcements. This will be our last committee meeting. So we take break for the summer because in June will be our annual family support fair at Brooklyn College. So I'm going to just stop my sharing for the flyer, and then I'm going to just show a quick share of our event that is coming up. And we encourage you all to make sure that you invite parents and families that you support to join us. There will be many different agencies, all different types that reflect services for people with developmental disabilities. We will have OPWDD there. We'll have care design, care management, adapt will be there, I'm sure. Home health aid services, and I'm sure I'm forgetting many other things that will be there. It is free for families to join. All they need to do is register. Um, and hopefully we'll see everyone there. The next day is no school and it's a holiday, so even more incentive for people to join us. June 18th at Brooklyn College. Here's the address. We start at 9:30. We will be there bright and early to set up and make sure that we can greet everyone. If you have any questions, you can contact myself, any of the co-chairs. We also have our parent chair on here, Rochelle. You can reach out to her if you have questions. Or you can just contact the DD Council directly through our website. So again, there will not be a June meeting because we're going to be having our big in-person event in June, and our council will be taking a break for the summer. We usually resume again in September. So with that being said, I'm going to hand off the next person to speak, which is Bryce. And Bryce joins us from the Beautiful Lives Project. Hold on one second. I just want to pull up the background. There you go. So go ahead, Bryce, whenever you're ready, talk to us a little bit about Beautiful Lives and how people can get involved.
Thank you, Pilar. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Bryce Weiler. I am the co-founder of the Beautiful Lives Project. I co-founded the Beautiful Lives Project in 2017 after having the opportunity to sit on the men's basketball bench at the University of Evansville when I was a student from 2010 through 2014. Sitting on the Evansville men's basketball bench changed my life because I was able to be surrounded by people who believed in me and who wanted to help me to have success in life. It was through that experience that I wanted to help individuals of all groups, whether they be blind, deaf, in a wheelchair, any other obstacles or challenges, to live their dreams in life. I co-founded my nonprofit with my other co-founder, Anthony Icavone, to help individuals of any age and any disability to have life-changing moments and opportunities. All Beautiful Lives Project events and programs are open to adults and children of any age. We've done a plethora of events across the country, including events with the New York City, where people were able to learn dance, and Long Island Sharks football. We've also done events with the U.S. Open, where individuals are able to learn tennis and play on the tennis courts at the U.S. Open in September. We will have the U.S. Open event in the fall, probably around September 12th or 13th. We'll also have an event with Long Island Sharks football at some point in time this summer. Most of our events, except for the U.S. Open event, are on a weekday between 10 in the morning till at the latest 1 in the afternoon, so that adults and children who are, in park programs or other day programs are able to attend the events and then able to go back to where they need to get to so they can go home for the day or go, wherever they might need to go. So our website for the Beautiful Lives Project is www.beautifullives.org. Well, I don't have any dates set up yet for the programs that I mentioned, the Long Island Sharks football or the event in September. If people want to email me, call me, or text me, that would be fine, and I can reach out once I get those dates scheduled. We will also be posting them on our event calendar on the Beautiful Lives Project website. So my contact information, my phone number is area code 812-899-5673, 812-899-5673, and my email address is Bryce, BRYCE, at beautifullives.org, Bryce at beautifullives.org. Our website, one more time, for the Beautiful Lives Project is www.beautifullives.org. I'll take any questions or comments anyone might have, and then I'll let it go to the next individual who will be sharing information about their work and programs.
Thanks, Bryce. While you were speaking, I shared the homepage of your website, and right now is playing a video of believe this is AHRC Nassau and AHRC NYC with New York City Ballet, their most recent project and collaboration. And after the meeting, Bryce, I will make sure that your contact info is also shared for anyone that wants to
Sounds
reach
great.
out to you. Thank
Thank
you.
you for
Any
having me on.
questions? Any questions for Bryce? Okay, go ahead, Suzanne.
Hi, Bryce. This is Suzanne speaking. Is there an age minimum or maximum for this
No, we've
organization?
had someone as young as 3 or 4 and someone as old as 85. So as long as they're interested in attempting the program or want to have an experience, we want to give that to everyone. So when we have, say, different ages, we might try to group them together with maybe the day program that they came with or the school that they came with. But we have events all the time where there are adults and kids present at the same event. We think it's important to allow everyone to come together to make new friends and to have these experiences.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to sending my groups, Bryce.
Sounds good.
Um, Anybody else have any questions?
Bryce, to Pilar's point, how large of a group can you take from any specific vendor?
So normally we set up a certain number of spots. So the Long Island Sharks football event, for example, we could probably do 100 spots. So when I get my events, I reach out and I, know the groups that have came in the past, and I said, okay, we have 100 spots. How many do you want? So basically, people either just massively sign their groups up all at once, or they tell me we want 40 spots for this event. And then if they don't use 40, they say, okay, we're only going to use 28. So, we can run it however you want to run it, and go from there. We'd rather have an event that's totally full than no one there. So normally, if there was a group who reached out to me and said, I want to bring 80 people, and none of my other groups had signed anybody up or said they wanted spots yet, I would give that group 80 spots. So I don't know if that's, I guess, the fairest way to do it, but we like full events. So as soon as I get an event, I will reach out to everyone, and then it's who responds the quickest. And some events get full pretty fast, like Boston College football, Maryland football, things like that. The events I've been speaking about with you here this afternoon, the football and the tennis. Um, the tennis one actually gets close to filling up on a Saturday because the that goes out to like parents and people like that. But we'll We can work it out.
Okay, thank you, thank you. That's great, thanks.
Yeah.
Nicole, you can go ahead.
Thank you. How do we get on a mailing list to see these events, or do you just personally reach out to individual agencies?
I normally email everyone because we don't yet have a way to send something out about each event and program. So I've got Excel spreadsheets on my laptop with groups who have attended events, say in, Boston, your city, Baltimore, Washington, Colorado, because we do this all across the country. So normally I have the pleasure of emailing everyone and I'm used to it. So just, send me an email. I'll put you down on my spreadsheet. And then when I get Long Island Sharks football or the tennis or anything else in your part of the country, I'll reach out and you can sign your people up and, or send it out to parents, whatever you need to do. And we always send something back to the contact person who signed the individual up. So if you're having parents sign up the individuals in your program, I will reach out to every parent personally and say, Sam is on the list, Katie's on the list, whoever. It is kind of nice, at least for me, whenever the head of a group or a program will just sign up 40 people or 30 instead of having 30 people sign up 30 people because I only have to email one person. But I've emailed as many as 70 people before for an event telling them they're all good, and I don't reach out to all 70 at once because some people get mad when others have their contact information.
Thank you so much.
Go ahead, Alexandra.
Hello, Bryce and everyone. Alexandra here. A question, is this program free for the groups attending, or you share the cost with the organizations that are collaborating with you, or how does it work?
I had a hard time hearing the question. Pilar, could you try and tell me what she was
Yes,
asking or
sorry.
have her
Sure.
type it in the chat and read it to
The
me?
question was about pricing, if anything is
Oh, forgot to
free
mention that all of our
or
events do not cost anything. Every event is free to attend, and we look for companies to sponsor the events and things like that. So you won't have to worry about paying us anything.
Thank you.
awesome. Thanks so much, Bryce.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure after this you'll get a ton of emails.
Sounds
Um,
good.
and so if you want to hang out and stay on the call, listen to the other presenters, you're more than welcome
Yeah, I'll
to
hang out for a
stay.
bit.
Okay. All right. Oh, Doris has a question. Go ahead, Doris. You're muted.
Okay, got it. Hi, Bryce. Just a quick
Hi.
question. I hear you talking about groups applying. Can a parent register a child, their own child? They're not
Yes,
part
a parent can register their own child. I have that happen all the time. Not
of
so
it.
much
I
in
hear about your project and I want my child to attend, but I don't belong to any group. The child lives at home. He's not in a residence. He's, goes to a regular school.
Yeah, it's open to the general public. All they have to do
Yeah,
is
parents can sign up children. We have it all the time. Not as much in your part of the country, but we are open to anyone signing up people. We just want them to, get signed up. I don't necessarily care how they get signed up.
Okay, thank you.
all right. Thank you so much. I believe next on the agenda we have Include NYC.
Hi, everyone. Can I share my screen?
You might need to ask.
You need to let me in or
Yeah,
pile
you
this
might
in.
just when you hit the share button on the bottom, it'll say,
I think I did. Okay, let's see. Send request.
yeah, let's see if it pops up. Yeah, there you go. All right, you can share now.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to do a little overview of Include and then tell you about our upcoming big event that we're terrifically excited about. So I'll tell you about who we are. And now some of the people from the Brooklyn DD Council certainly know us. We've been going to your meetings for a while, but let me tell you the overall about our program. So we are what is called the New York State Education Department FACE Center, which is the Family and Community Engagement Center for both early childhood and school age families with children with disabilities, any and all disabilities. Most of our families have children with developmental disabilities, and in particular, many of them have families with children with autism. And we are basically, to work around all that fancy titling, we are the parent center for New York City, for New York State. There are parent centers all over the state and all over the country. It's where parents go when they need to understand and navigate the special education system. And so they can make sure that they're getting the information that they need. In our case, mainly the New York City public school system, but also private schools and charter schools and private special education schools. And we work with the New York City public school system. They are a partner in this particular project with New York State, and they help us to both go into schools and work with the professionals to get certain things accomplished and to help present all sorts of information directly to parents and families. Include itself is about 42 years old, founded by 3 moms, which is very important because those 3 moms met each other when they were bringing their children to school, started talking, and started sharing information. So like much of the service, many of the services provided by OPWDD and other agencies, we're parent-driven. At least historically, we're parent-driven. And I think that really informs our mission, our attitude. We want to make sure that parents and families have the information they need, not only about just education, but about all the surrounding needs. And we have a whole team of family educators, and we are able to talk to parents about their needs and let parents kind of openly and freely discuss some of their situations, their pains, their joys. And we have a support group and a lot of different things that we do. And again, we've been recognized throughout New York State as being the parent center in New York City. Okay, we have different programs within our agency. We have a helpline, which is really incredible. We make phone appointments with individual parents who will ask us about an IEP meeting. They ask us about getting services, like you all, for their children. They ask very specific things. What is a functional behavior assessment or behavior intervention plan? And because most of us, and we're not only are we trained, but we've lived through it. I am both a parent with a child who had an IEP and also a high school special education teacher. So I've seen it from both sides, and I know how important it is to have the information to make choices and the decisions that best fit your child and your family. We do workshops, full-scale workshops on what is an IEP, on the transition process, from, each level of schooling to the big transition into adulthood and all of the kinds of supports and services. We do a lot of work also in the early childhood and elementary level, getting parents ready to, go down the road and know what they're doing and feel supported. So we make sure that parents know that they have an ear and they have a voice, in both directions. We also have family engagement and youth programs. I'll talk a little bit more about those youth programs in a couple of minutes. And we have a wonderful website, which is www.includenyc.org, and it provides lots of information about the whole special education system all over, and especially here in New York City. It's unbelievably complex. There are hundreds of thousands of children getting services, and we somehow managed to crunch a lot of that information into usable materials to make sure parents feel supported and educated. Okay. So, again, we do lots of workshops, and these are the top kind of requests that we get. Understanding the IEP for families, both for preschool children and for children once they go from kindergarten through school. Explicit vocabulary, how to talk to your child, how to build their vocabulary. It's a wonderfully fun workshop. Diploma and credential options. Some children will be getting a diploma, some may not, but we're going to talk about that. And there's a big change coming down the road in the next couple of years in terms of diplomas and credential options. There's something called Portrait of a Graduate, which we're going to be experiencing firsthand in the next few years, when they're going to change what our diplomas look like. And again, transition planning for families for the future. So if you want to see what our offerings are, you can take a shot at the QR code, or better yet, just go to our website and look under events and a calendar, and you'll see all the different things that we do. Okay, next. So these are some of the topics, more of the topics that we talk to people about. Early intervention, preschool, accessing interventions in school, disability topics and resources, special education procedures. Parents don't understand until they've been in an IEP meeting what goes on before, during, and after an IEP meeting, especially when they're starting out. They don't, and people have many different reactions and feelings before, during, and after an IEP meeting. I know I did. Transition from school to adult life, parent rights, and advocacy. There's education law that our kids are entitled to get the services that they need. Okay. Again, we have a program for young people from ages 16 on up, Project Possibility, about 100 youth who are in school kind of get hands-on help to work to decide what their future is going to be. Are they going to go further in school? Are they going to live independently? Where are they going to live? Are they going to live with other young adults in a group setting? Are they going to live at home? Are they going to go to college and live in a dormitory? What will they need to do each of those things? So Project Possibility takes those 100 students and kind of works with them over a course of years to prepare them to go out into the world. One of the other things that we do inside of all of those kinds of things is we have special events. In January, we usually have the Include Fair, where we have very similar to what you're doing tonight, but we start preparing parents for everything from after-school programs to camps to cultural institutions, all come on board to find out about the different availability to get those things for their students, for their families. Everything is free. It is all paid for through grants and the like. Parents never have to worry about paying for any of the information or services. The second event that we do in the spring, and it's coming up, and which is one of my major reasons for being here, is Outdoors for Autism. This is our 10th year, and I just cannot believe it that we've been doing this for 10 years. It is a day of fun outside in a park. The park is in the Bronx, but it's right near Yankee Stadium. It is incredibly easy to get to. The trains all go there. There's an elevator, but the entire day centers around families with children with autism, and the events and the people that will be there all know how to work with our kids. Everything from the United States Tenants Association to Asphalt Green. The New York Public Library has a quiet area. Kids need to kind of go off and quiet down for a little while. Music for Autism, Keen, Intertwine Arts. They weave and they do all sorts of wonderful things with fabric and wool and the like. The Jackie Robinson Museum will be there. We will have the New York City Parks Department Playmobile with crafts and bubbles and all sorts of wonderful things. The New Victory Theater is going to be doing a puppet show. Epic players are going to be doing some performances, and two very young rap stars who are going to get everybody dancing and rapping. So it should be a wonderful day. And I will give you more information about it on the next slide. And the last kind of big event that we do every year in the fall is something called College is Possible. And we want to give students the idea that things are possible. Many of the city and state universities through their systems already have programs for people with autism, and they can go to college. So we have one day when the CUNY and SUNY system talk to the students and families about the programs that they have, and the second day for students who may not be going to college, but looking for other things to do once they leave high school. And we have a whole panel of students and professionals who talk about it from their personal experiences and from what they can bring to helping students along. So we have a lot of online, we have a lot of online resources, special education, disability systems, family support, advocacy. We have a support group, which I run for parents only. And it's a kind of a nice way of kind of getting to know other parents. But what the most beautiful part of it is when I take a step back and suddenly they start sharing and helping one another and providing one another with information that they can use in real time in their very real lives. Okay, this is about Outdoors for Autism. It is a kind of little poster of what we do. I can put our flyer into the chat or send it to Pilar, and you can distribute it with minutes or whatever you've got. And it's the Reverend Wendell T. Foster Park in the Bronx. It is next to Yankee Stadium. It's from 11 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. There is a registration link right there, or you can call us at the number that is stated at the extension 21, and somebody will help to register you. And if you've got any questions, again, it's a wonderful event. It's full of joy and lots of bubbles and outdoors in a really safe spot. And what's even more amazing about it is that the New York City Parks Department built an autism-friendly playground in that park, in this right next to the section that we use. And it's got all sorts of things that you can yell and stomp on and pull and twist and turn, and the kids love it. So, and there's sprinklers and all sorts of wonderful things. It's a full day with people who understand your child. And I think that's part of the beauty of this. Everybody there knows your kid. Everybody there knows what to, how to work and entertain them. That's important. And everyone there is welcoming, and it's a warm and wonderful day. Again, it's May 31st, which is a Sunday. It's next to Yankee Stadium from 11 to 2:30. There'll be some snacks and just a whole round of wonderful presenters and performers and the like, all focused on our kids and their needs. Okay, then there's just some, kind of, I can share this presentation with you, Pilar. And if there's anything more that you need, you can create your own little profile on our website. You can look for things, especially in your age group or however you want to get notified of things. And we have a wonderful little newsletter that comes out on Monday evenings that brings the information and changes in many different areas right to the parents. So that's it pretty much. Again, we have our helpline. Any questions, you can call into our helpline. It's a bilingual helpline, and we can also get a language line on the phone for any and all languages that are possible. We have digital resources. You can subscribe to our weekly Navigator newsletter, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Right now, there's some wonderful little videos of people saying, the tagline to Outdoors for Autism is, "You bring the blanket and we'll bring the fun." So I really appreciate being able to present to you a little bit about Include, about our work, and especially to invite you to Outdoors for Autism.
Thank you, Ruth. Does anyone have any questions?
No,
Okay.
that sounds wonderful. I'm glad that you presented. I didn't even realize it had so much going on.
Yeah, we really worked at, we worked at it for the last 10 years, but this year we said 10 years, we're going to get as many people there as we can. And we're going to just make sure that the kids can really touch and feel and play. And that somebody's bringing a ball pit and somebody's bringing, huge Connect Four and the crafts and it's just a lot of fun. And it's safe because it's in kind of an area surrounded on 3 sides by fencing. We've got staff and volunteers throughout the area, and it's safe. It's a park. It's outdoors, and please come. Get in touch with Include, register if you can, and come visit us. It'll be a good day.
Thank you.
Okay.
Nicole?
Yes, how could we get information about project possibility? Do you guys have like a flyer that you guys that you
You could,
have?
the easiest thing to do for me to you right now is to go onto our website. Again, www.includenyc.org. Everything's on there and you can, just look it up. And these phone numbers, are there for you to call in. If you call the number, we can switch you over to the people that run the project.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you all for having us.
In the interest of time, gonna move us right along to our next presentations, which is from Brooklyn Public Library Inclusive Services. Laura, you're up.
Yay. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
You're a little muffled. Yeah.
Any better if I like hold my mic?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I will just do that. Awesome. So I will request to share. Oh, maybe I don't need a request. Let's see. Are y'all seeing PowerPoint?
Just make
Okay.
it full screen. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay, so this presentation goes into like some things about Brooklyn Public Library more generally, but I'll kind of speed through that stuff. Because I know the focus is on services and also summer fun.
Yes.
So this is a map of Brooklyn with all of the, I don't know if this is 100% up to date, but basically all of our open locations. The idea is that there's one within 1 mile of pretty much everyone's place where they live in Brooklyn. So, and what I'll go over today, this is kind of an agenda, is like an overview, some of the materials you can get from the library, which I like to go over just because not everyone knows all of them, some of our services, teen opportunities. I have that in here because I'm a teen librarian. I don't know if that's of interest, but maybe I'll check when we get there. Summer reading, which is our summer fun, and then just some upcoming inclusive services things. So this is just fun because obviously everyone or most people know you can get books from the library. You can also get ebooks and e-audiobooks, if anyone didn't know that, on your phone or any other device. We do also have Braille books, not as many as the Andrew High School Library, but that is something that we have. And then here are listed many other things that we have, including, as you can see in the images here, there's a drum, which is an example from our musical instrument library. Also, this telescope, which can be run, it like the information syncs with your cell phone. You can rent a telescope and then like go stargazing. You also can rent tools from the Greenpoint Library. So this hammer is one example of many. And we also have a board game library, which you can pick up at certain locations. So all of those could be part of your summer fun. Who knows? So some of our services, outside of kind of the general book stuff, we have homeless services, immigration support, justice initiatives, services for older adults, and mobile library services, which is what the picture is here. This is a bookmobile, and these go around the borough. And it's basically a way to bring library services to people who can't go to the library for whatever reason. Often we will put one where a branch is closed, or they'll also go to shelters and other places like that. So just some information in case like this comes up for any of your clients or families or anything. We do have some stuff that focuses on adults and not just teens and kids. That's not what my department specifically does so much, but if you need anything, specifically most relevant to maybe us is we do have a lot of things for new adult readers. So if you have teens or adults who did not learn to read in school for whatever reason, including a disability, there is services for them. And we also have like pre-GED, HSE, all that kind of stuff. All right, I'm gonna skip through this because this isn't really that summer fun-y, but just so you know, we have a business and career center, a lot of adult literacy and education things. I will share this PowerPoint as well in case like anything here catches your eye. But I'll kind of jump through it. Justice initiatives, we just always love to highlight because it actually used to be a part of our department, Inclusive Services, which is what I work in with Carrie Banks. But then it split off as its own thing, but we still work really closely with them. So that's our jail and prison services. We do virtual visits, reentry services. We have something called Welcome Home, which is you get a one-on-one coordinator who helps you like find a job, find housing, and they also have, I think, weekly or monthly dinners with the whole group. So that's just a really cool thing if that comes up for anyone. And they also serve like youth coming out of detention that isn't necessarily jail or prison. So anyone who's coming home. So yay, now we're in youth and family services, which is like my wheelhouse. These are a lot of kind of general things that the Brooklyn Public Library does for children and teens, and they're all open to everyone. Anyone can go to any of these, and there are lots of like fun things you can do over the course of the summer. But I'm gonna kind of focus more on specifically like what my department does. So, and this is I always put in the teen opportunities. Um, if anyone is looking, like if your child or someone you work with is looking for an internship or fun volunteering thing to do over the summer, there are a lot of options here. Again, I'll send this out later. And if you have any questions about any of these, let me know. The most relevant ones for right now, which is like why I put this in here, is that Story Teen, which is storytime internships. So that would be mostly for teens who want to like read books to young kids. The application is due May 22nd. So that is fairly soon. And then Summer Book Buddies is basically helping out with summer reading programs. So not necessarily reading to kids, but more like doing giveaway books, doing arts and crafts, that kind of thing. Those applications are due in June. So those are some kind of cool options for, and if anyone is interested in just volunteering more generally, or you think for whatever reason they wouldn't really fit into like the internship model, but they're interested in helping sell books or something, you can always go into your most local branch and just ask them if they need any volunteers, because you can also do that with a group. For example, if you work at a day hab or something and you have a group that wants to do like an hour of volunteering every week or every month or something, a lot of branches are thrilled to do that. Also, sorry, I just realized there's some stuff in the chat. Okay, nothing directly relevant. We're good. Yeah, so that's an awesome way to like, it's somewhere in between like fun and kind of like job training. That I always suggest that people do. Okay. So moving on, that was a video. I don't think we need to watch it. Okay, yay, now summer fun. Um, so summer reading, this is actually sort of, it hasn't been officially published yet to the public, so you're getting kind of a sneak peek, which is exciting, I think. So summer reading, every summer, we do, this big summer reading initiative, and there's always a series of kickoffs. Each branch has their own kickoff party. This year it's happening between June 11th and June 14th. A fun thing about that is there's like tons of giveaway books. So if you're interested in attending with your family or anything, you can come and get free books. The one thing I will say is, although we are hopefully running sensory rooms at some of them, in general, it's not the most sensory friendly thing. Usually there's like pretty loud music and lots of people. But if that's, fine for your family or your clients or whatever, they are very fun. And excitedly, so we've always been open to all ages, but this year we're doing the first official summer reading program for adults, which I'm pretty excited about. We don't really know the details yet. We're finding out later this week. But I will let you know if there's any like important flyers or anything. And I just put on here because people are always wondering about the giveaways. There's going to be a newspaper this year that has like games and comics and activities in it. Specifically, that was made with adults in mind. So that will be fun. There's always a book list, and we also have bookmarks, tote bags. I put pictures of some of the things here. The tote bag is very cute this year, I think. We have mood pencils, and this, like, some people are really excited about the card wallets. I feel kind of like medium about it, but they're back after much demand. So, definitely go that first weekend, June 11th to June 14th, to your local branch if you want to get some of those things. And just a note that, like, for you, your family, whoever, if anyone is worried about whether summer reading is accessible, like whether they can count books that are audiobooks or read in some other format, 100%, we're format agnostic. Everyone is welcome. It doesn't have to be like at a certain level. This is not one of those things where, anyone should feel a certain type of way about their reading. Like, we welcome everyone. So these are just kind of 6 examples of different formats of the same book, including, so this is Wings of Fire, which is a great middle grade dragon series that has been popular for, I think, like 10 years now. And the sort of typical prose book is on the middle bottom. And then above that, you see the graphic novel version. And then there's like a summary. There's also, I think that's the Netflix movie on the top left. I'm not 100% sure. Braille, and then also an audiobook app, which you can also use Libby for that. Does anyone have any questions about summer reading before I get into inclusive services and our upcoming programs? Awesome. Okay. I know I didn't even give you that much information, so there's not that much to have questions about, but always feel free to email me. I'll put my email address in the chat. Okay, so inclusive services, you probably have seen me or Carrie here if you've been to multiple of these in the past, but my name is Laura. I am the teen librarian in inclusive services. My boss is Carrie, and she is the supervising librarian, but she is a children's librarian by training. And the mission of our department is to make library services accessible to all Brooklynites. So we focus specifically on programs for children and teens, although we do some things for adults and all ages. So these are some of our weekly programs, which they do continue all summer. So we have Read and Play, which is basically like a story time and then playing with toys. These are our branches that we are always at every week: Flatlands, Sunset Park, Saratoga, and Greenpoint. And then we also do after school stories, which is basically the same thing, but for slightly older kids. And that has more of an arts and crafts component usually. And that's at the same locations. And then the really fun thing, I think it's fun, is during the summer, a lot of these programs turn into our garden club, is what we call it. It's basically just a story time with also some gardening component, because we do have gardens at Flatlands, Greenpoint, I think Sunset Park, and Saratoga. And it's really fun. They're obviously accessible. They have raised beds, and we have like accessible gardening tools. And it's really cool because, especially in Brooklyn, like every single time I've done a garden program, I've had some kid or teen who has never gardened once before. Like, there's so many things they don't know about plants and what gardening is and all that. So that's a really cool thing. And also, if you're ever interested in just going to one of those branches and checking out our garden, like maybe you have a group that wants to see it, or you're just interested yourself, just let me know, because that is really something we can do. We also have drum lessons for teens. I'm not going to focus on that too much because we actually are full up at the moment. So sorry that, but let me know if you have someone who's interested. We can always put them on the wait list. Sorry. There we go. So actually, Play and Create at Garrettson Beach just finished, although we're hoping to do another round. We do have our anime crew, which is a tween program. It focuses on a type of anime that's like primarily for girls, but this is open to everyone. And we do these with Extreme Kids and Crew, which is one of our like closest community partners. And then here I just put a bunch of images for our upcoming events, which I can also send to Pilar. So you don't need to like take notes or anything, but I just wanted to go over some of our kind of most fun. Oh, are you guys seeing that error message, or is that just on my end? Okay.
We
It
see
says
it.
PowerPoint's not available. No.
Yeah, we see it.
Okay.
I don't know what happened.
All right. So weird. That might that might have to be the end of my, oh, okay, we're back. Maybe, sorry about this. Let me see if I can make it restart. Okay, are you seeing that again? Okay, who knows how long we have? It might happen again. But so just focusing on some of the like fun programs that we have. Coming up, we have once a month Arts and Crafts with Keen. This is all ages and it's at Brooklyn Heights Library. It's just a really fun hour-long program where people of all ages do arts and crafts. And it's happening May 30th, June 27th, and August 22nd. Those are all Saturdays, 10:30 to 11:30. Then we have these inclusive kids art workshops with a colorful mind. So the fun thing about this is that it actually was created by a group of high school students from Bklyn Tech. So the teens actually run the program, and I'm kind of just there to help support. And the program itself is for kids / all ages. We definitely get teens and adults sometimes, but it's kind of primarily for kids. But that's at the Rugby Library, and the next one is happening June 6th. This, I mean, fun is maybe stretching it, but I am excited about this new program. So we do have a new neurodivergent support group starting at the Windsor Terrace Library, and the first session is going to be Saturday, May 30th. And I will be there. So if you end up attending, you will see me. But I think it's going to be a support group / like there might be some arts and crafts and other fun things going on. This is at the end of this month on May 29th. This is our mental health awareness event, and it's going to be like a fun fair at the Central Library Plaza. So hopefully outside, assuming the weather is nice, and there'll be like music and free stuff, and it should be a fun, it's kind of like a family event. So definitely, if you have kids, this would be a fun thing to bring them to. Okay. This is a more serious program, but I just, because since Ruth is here as well, have to always suggest it to people. So this is our monthly one-to-one. It's phone calls with Ruth from Include NYC, and it's primarily for parents who are trying to navigate the school system and need help with services, the process, the IEP process in particular, and other related things. So the next one is on June 3rd. It's always on a Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And you can email me or the email address here. If you can also like recommend this to families who you might come into contact with. If anyone's asking you specific questions about any of these things. We have our developmental disability resource fairs. Actually, I just got this in under the wire because we have one tomorrow morning. Probably you won't be able to make it, but you never know. At Flatbush Library. And then we have our kind of big Disability Pride Month one at the Brooklyn Heights Library, July 10th. And we're kind of going all out for that one. We're also going to have like arts and crafts for kids and things like that. So that should be very fun. Sorry, we are getting to the end here. I know it's a lot. We have our monthly Music for Autism concerts. The next one is June 13th. These are also at Brooklyn Heights Library. They're really fun. And it's a very like inclusive location or inclusive atmosphere where, you know, kids can kind of run around, do whatever, and really enjoy the music. And this is my kind of like pet project that I'm really excited about. We're starting Inclusive Dungeons and Dragons, also with Extreme Kids and Crew, our community partner I mentioned earlier, also at Brooklyn Heights Library, and this will be starting in July. It's ideally for teens, but it's actually anyone ages 13 and up. So tweens could get in there, and also adults are welcome. So just let me know if you are interested in it or you know someone who you think might be. I think that's the end. Oh yeah, I just wanted to throw in there, because I know a lot of people don't know this, but Inclusive Services also has a special collection, which you can actually search on the catalog. There's a special like filter for Inclusive Services collection. This is just a handful of books that I wanted to highlight. And if you scan this QR code, you will see a general kind of introduction to the Inclusive Services collection book list that I made. And it goes through the different categories that we have, because we have books for kids, like younger kids, school age kids, teens, adults, parents, educators, and some additional. So yes, I think that is the end. I'll just leave it on this side. Does anyone have any questions? I know I just sped through like so much information.
Don't see any hands up. And I know we have about 15 minutes before our presentation ends. And I want to respect everyone's time. So maybe we can hold questions. So we
Totally. You can,
guys-
I'll put my email in the chat if anyone
Thank you.
wants to email
So
me.
we
Yeah.
can,
Sorry to go over my
no,
time.
no, it's not your fault at all. We definitely started, a little bit later. And so, want to make sure that I get everyone's presentation. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Laura.
So do I need to stop sharing to let the next person go? Yeah.
Okay, up next is Miss Suzanne, from New York Blind. And I know I'm saying wrong. Where am I? New York Deaf Blind Collaborative. I'm sorry for that. Oh, you're staring. Okay, got it.
Okay, 15 minutes. Thank you so much for sticking on in. So,
Yes, it's actually less than 15. I'm so sorry because Nicole also has to go. So, oh my God, there's a fly in here.
I'll try
but-
as fast as I can because since
Thank
we're
you.
last. So,
Thank you.
hold on. Okay. So I'll just tell you a little bit about who we are. We know most of the people on here. We're federally funded, a free service for any individual from birth to 22, which we watch the child in education from birth to 22. We're under the Office of Special Education Programming, and we provide technical assistance. So basically, resources, information, and supports for families and the professionals that support them. Our office is at Queens College, but we provide assistance to families and professionals throughout the whole state. Doesn't conflict with any service, insurance. If you go to a specific school, it doesn't conflict with status of staying in the school or any type of agency or care coordination. We are a free floating entity that just provides indirect services to families and professionals. We are a mighty staff of 5 people, and we cover the whole state of over 550 families. So any child with vision or hearing may qualify, or any child with an at-risk diagnosis medically that has one loss can qualify for our services. Any child that would have progressive loss for vision or hearing would qualify as well. And then on this really cool cheat sheet, I could send to Pilar afterwards if you see any diagnosis on here that might catch your fancy, that would have, again, just one loss, Down syndrome, trisomy 18, prematurity, any type of these syndromes that have one loss, again, as at risk, can qualify for our free services. And you could also reach out to myself or Alexandra, who's on this meeting as well. She takes care of the Spanish families for New York State. And again, if you want to just email or call us, our cell phones are on our business cards, just to even give us some non-HIPAA information to just walk through to see if the child might qualify for our free services. This is another really cool spreadsheet that we have going across horizontally is just vision. 2020 obviously is perfect vision, and then vertically 0 decibel loss for hearing loss. So you see in the middle, many of our children that are registered are in the at-risk category. And then once you go down to the more moderate to profound hearing loss and children that receive possible vision services at school or have a vision impairment, they're definitely eligible for our free services. We do a ton of parent and professional education. We also do a lot of connecting families to each other throughout New York State. We obviously connect closely with the PTIs, the SIPPers, all the different parent organizations for New York State. We attend all of the DD councils, Alexandra and myself. We split up all the boroughs, Westchester, Long Island, and Western New York. We attend all the monthly meetings, and a couple of us are on family advisory councils for different children's hospitals. We have a Facebook page that's for us to disseminate information to families and professionals, which is completely public, and we have a closed Facebook group for parents and caregivers only. So it's a really nice safe space where you can share information, post questions. We have an Instagram and a Twitter account. We also disseminate information in various ways with our constant contact newsletter. We also have our website. We do family email lists. We have Google groups for all of our families, for English and Spanish speaking families. We also have a WhatsApp group with different targeted ethnicity groups. We have one for Spanish families. We have one for Jewish Orthodox families. And we do also targeted Zoom meetings once a month. I facilitate the complex care family Zooms. It's the second Tuesday of every month from 7, could go from 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. We also have etiology specific monthly family Zooms. And then Alexandra also does a family Zoom for Spanish families. We also have conferences in different etiologies, disability specific. We had one on complex care that we co-hosted with St. Mary's Healthcare Assistance for Children. We do a ton of parent leadership trainings. And this is our schedule for the different types of family socials that are completely free. All they gotta do is log on, and we do a Google invite to remind families. We also do a Meet the Expert where agencies and individuals can come on and just provide free training. This month, similar to what Pilar said, will be our last month. We'll take a break for summer and then come back again for September. We also have a ton of events throughout the year. So the ones I'll highlight today is next month, we're having a Spanish leadership event for all families that speak Spanish on June 2nd and 3rd. That will be virtual. We did one in person for 2 days. We had it at Queens College. The virtual option is great because parents could hop on in the comfort of their own home. We talk about advocacy, person-centered planning, circle of support. All information is disseminated and all presentations are in Spanish, which is great for families. We'll record it. And then we're also having a family learning retreat, which is a 3-day event in Spring Valley. It's completely free for all families registered with the project. And we are co-hosting it with the parent support group, the New York Parent Association for Deafblind. That's July 17th, 18th, and 19th, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, completely free. So each family will stay in their own cabin, lodging, meals, activities, all provided completely free of cost. Activities for siblings. They have adaptive physical education activities, arts and crafts. We have some families that usually bring medical supplies. So we took a medical supply exchange. We have raffles. We have a talent show. We'll have a dance party. We'll have a barbecue. There's pool time. We'll have a balloon artist there. So lots of opportunities for families to connect. So if you have any families that are interested, feel free to shoot an email to us to make sure that they qualify. And then just a couple of pictures just to show you and showcase the family event in July. The first picture above on the left, we did a really huge family inclusive yoga activity for families and the children, siblings. In the middle was right after we finished the talent show. And then we do a huge parachute and all the different activities outdoors and indoors. And then bottom left, we have a holiday party that we do every year completely free. We have a Santa Claus that signs. We give out gifts to all the kids and their siblings. And then our last webinar in our series, feel free to reach out to Alexandra or myself. She'll put our information in the chat. Is tomorrow. It's called Know Your Rights, an overview of special education law. And that will be from 7 to 8:30. And then information about our Spanish leadership events we can share with Pilar as well in the picture. It's a great targeted training. We had about I think 9 families attended last time. And we can send the registration link as well. And you can reach out to Alexandra. Again, any families that speak Spanish. Here's our QR code to be added to our newsletter, and then our emails.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
I have a lot of questions. I gonna hold my questions. I'm supporting a large group of people now that are visually impaired, legally blind, and then also some people that are deaf and or a combination. So I do want to talk to you guys about some programming. So I'll save that for later. I agree with Rochelle. It's nice that we can get the siblings involved. Any questions for these ladies? I'm so sorry, Nicole, you got the last 5 minutes, but we can keep going just a little bit over. As long as anyone wants to stay, I'll still be here. But if you need to log off, I understand.
No, I will try to go as quickly and as I can.
This is like one of the first times we've gone over. I would hate to say it. Like
Yeah.
every other time we have plenty of time. So go ahead. Yeah.
So hopefully,
I'm so sorry.
yeah.
What'd you say, Jahida?
Mhm.
At every other time, we have so much. This is good. This is good.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
4:30 to 6, but maybe we have to move them to 6:30. I don't know. But thank you so much. Yeah, go ahead, Nicole. I'm so sorry.
So, hi everyone. I am Nicole Rengifo. I'm the Project Connect Coordinator, Information and Referral at Adapt Community Network. My program is in charge of answering the inquiries that come in for families about all types of services, whether they're looking for camps, they're looking for information on how to get an IEP, anything that you can think of. So Adapt Community Network, just to tell you guys a little bit about us, is a non-for-profit leading in human services. We pioneer with cutting-edge programs for individuals with disabilities. And we try to build a more inclusive world for thousands of New Yorkers. We service the 5 boroughs. And we have many programs from clinic services to educational services, recreation, assistive technology, webinars, and much, much more. So to share some of our upcoming events, for most people who don't know, we have a Family Connect who does free webinars for the community. They're via Zoom. Usually we have Chinese translation and Spanish translation, and then CC captioning for any other languages. So May 21st, we have one upcoming called Assessment and Intervention Planning for Feeding Disorders in Children with Autism. May 28th, we have Supporting Diverse Learners with AI, Practical Tools for Special Education. This is a very interesting one, especially since AI is a big part of the new world. We have June 4th, we have The Changing Landscape of Autism, the Neurodiversity Movement, Profound Autism and Everything in Between, for those who are interested. June 9th, we have Turning 18, Adult Services and Other Considerations for Soon-to-be Adults. June 18th, we have Educational and Neuropsychological Evaluations, versus. And then June 25th, we have Toilet Training Made Easy. If anyone wants the flyers to this for these workshops, they can contact me. I'll put my contact information in the chat, as well as the Project Connect line. You can also ask us to let Family Connect put you on their mailing list, and they will share the workshops that come every single month, and you can sign up for the ones that you're interested in. I'm gonna go a little bit more towards our family support services. Currently at Adapt Network, we're still receiving family reimbursement applications, and we still have funding for those who want to get reimbursement. Again, funds cover the cost of goods and services that are not obtainable through other sources, so Medicaid, insurance, but families can still apply several times per fiscal year from July 1st to June 30th, up to $3,000 per fiscal year. And again, there's various caps for those who have self-direction. Contract year runs from July 1st to June 30th for New York City. This is very important for those who want to get reimbursement for camps, recreational services, as the summer is upcoming. Classes, everything from karate to ballet. Make sure you get those applications in. And if this is your first time applying, our director of our program is very helpful and can explain that process to individuals, families, care managers, and to the public. Also, we have our housing assistance services. Our housing assistance services offers case management through application, information, and referrals for a variety of housing needs. Services provided for eligible families. One of the families must, or head of household must have OPWDD services. But they help with most common requests like accessible low-income housing, renter arrears assistance, landlord harassment, information on eviction in the housing court process, learning your rights under the ADA. So for those who need that assistance, they are taking applications in all 5 boroughs. Part of the housing assistance services is that each family is assigned a housing advocate to help the family and their housing needs. Housing webinars. These are free webinars covering a multitude of housing related topics offered to the public on a quarterly basis. Housing newsletter, a free newsletter that shares articles discussing housing resources and usually also featuring a HAS family story, so housing assistance services story. And bilingual staff. We have Spanish speaking staff that is available and a language line for additional translation services for those who need it. We also are taking applications for home modifications. We currently have a grant through OPWDD for Family Support Services Grant through our Doorways to Independence program. ADAPT can provide home modifications and adaptive equipment to persons with disabilities. The funding is available to cover the cost of modifications to improve physical access or safety at home. And qualified applicants must be located in Brooklyn, Queens, the Bronx, or Brooklyn to be eligible for the services through OPWDD. Homeowners and renters can qualify for this assistance. And modifications can include, but not are limited to, ramps and stair lifts, light alert alarms, fences, steps, ceiling lifts, automatic doors, roll-in and walk-in showers, grab bars, handrails, and much more. So this is just going over some of the similar. Because of time, I'm just going to skip the slide, but it goes over the same thing. What are the qualifications for home modifications? Here you can see some of the modifications that we were able to do through this grant. So you can see pictures of ramps, ADA, toilet and sink, and much more. We currently also have our OPWDD housing subsidy. So this was formerly known as ISS. New York State Office of People with Developmental Disability supports people who live independently in the community by subsidizing a portion of their rent. Individuals can choose to live alone, with roommates, or live-in caregivers. Recipients must contribute 30% of their accountable income. I also want to note that you must apply to all other subsidies before you can apply to this program. So city FEPS, Section 8 housing, Section 8 housing voucher before you can apply. If anyone has any questions, I can send out, I'm going to send Pilar most of the flyers that has the contact information, how to contact us, also eligibility for those who are interested in those programs. We also have TechWorks. TechWorks is a very great program. It's assistive technology. It is free for anyone to the public. They work on loan devices that you can try at home, school, and the community. They also do information and referral for assistive technology. They do demonstrations and compare different devices. They do public awareness and tabling events as well, training for professionals and others, and they also do device refurbishing and repair as well. We have a location in Brooklyn, in Lawrence Avenue for those who are interested. It is a very great program, since it is open to the public.
Nicole,
And these are just, yeah.
there was one question in the chat, sorry to interrupt you.
Mm.
If the modifications can be done if they live in NYCHA housing. And the other question is if the person is like in any dayhab or anywhere and they have like an issue, for example, with their wheelchair, can they go to the ADAPT office like with their dayhab staff or a ComHab staff or something?
To go to the offices for information and referral or for modifications?
For modifications and repairs, is it only for like tech mods and repairs, or is it also for like wheelchairs, walkers, anything like that?
So that would be a question for our home modifications
Okay.
program, but I
Yeah.
could definitely when the individuals who are asking the questions, they can email me and I'll forward it to the person in charge of that program. She'll be able to answer those questions.
Okay, and the other question was, can home modifications be done for anyone living in NYCHA? Is that specific?
That would be a question for
question
them
for them,
too.
okay.
Yeah, because
Got it.
they will know all the policies and regulations for the program.
Okay, thank you.
And then no, you're welcome. I just don't want to give any misinformation out, so I want to make sure that they get the correct information. These are some of the TechWorks items that they have at the Brooklyn location and Manhattan location, which is accessible mouse, keyboards, accessible books, and much more. Adaptive toys, walkers, keyboards, much more. We also have Dayhab program. This program is designed to empower individuals with developmental disabilities to develop essential life skills, engage in community activities, build connections and friendships. Currently, we are doing group tours as well as individual tours for those who want to look at our Dayhab centers. Some of the stuff that they do at the Dayhab centers are fine arts, media and technology, theater and music, self-advocation, education, community inclusion, work readiness, health and fitness, independent living skills, special events and trips, and much more. You can see some of the pictures here of some of the events and activities that individuals have been able to do. Eligibility is you must be 18 and over, barrier free. There's Without Walls program in the Bronx for those who are interested in the Bronx location. And all participants develop an individualized class schedule and activities for their personal goals and supports. Towards, like I said, can be individual or by groups for those who are interested. These are the locations of all the Dayhab programs. I do want to note that currently we do not have a Queens location, but all the other boroughs do have either one or multiple locations. Moving on to community rehabilitation, the service is designed to support individuals with developmental disabilities achieve greater independence in the community. Just for time wise, I'm just going to go quickly through this. Services are provided in all ages, at home, in the community, or at certified IRAs. Staffing ratio is 1-to-1, and the individuals are included in the interviewing and hiring process. Currently, we also are offering community rehabilitation residential, also known as ComHab-R. The individuals to qualify must be in a long-term residence. Service delivery, individuals must be elderly, 65 and older, medically fragile, present with complex behavioral needs. Services must start before 3 p.m. and usually offered Monday through Fridays. Recreation. So we have Explore Friday Night Discos. This requires the waiver enrollment, but it operates 2 Fridays a month in Brooklyn, Manhattan, and in Manhattan. The program offers 4 hours with a live DJ and a light supper. Individuals must be 18 and over, and they must reside in a non-certified residence. I've been told that these parties are very fun, and people get very excited to attend them. Oh, and I did forget to state that in Staten Island as well. Moving on to some of our newer programs, just so everyone's aware, we have opened a couple new programs that we would like to share with you guys. We have older adults home modifications. This is a HUD grant, meaning Housing Preservation Department grant. And the goal is to support aging in place. Eligibility is that you must live in the 5 boroughs with either a renter or a homeowner, be 62 and over, and have area medium income according to HPD guidelines. Modification examples are grab bars, stair lifts, improving lighting, modular ramps, and many more. And this includes an assessment by a licensed occupational therapist. Currently, we're taking applications for this program, as is a newer program that we just currently opened and are very excited to have. Another new program that we opened is Health Homes Serving Children. What is Health Homes? Children's Health Home is a care management program. ADAPT has a downstream provider, which is care collaborative of children and families. Eligible children must have Medicaid and 2 chronic conditions. So this is a great alternative for those who don't qualify for OPWDD or get rejected from OPWDD. If anyone needs more information about the criteria for this program, whether it's 2 chronic conditions or the 1 severe qualifying diagnosis, they can email Project Connect and we can send that information to the individual. Another newer program as well is Home Enabling Services. This is an OPWD funded program supporting individuals with IDD in categories such as assistive technology, health assessment and coordination services, and remote supports. It focuses on independence, accessibility, and safety at home. And hopefully this program will be up and running very soon. You do need to be 15 years or older to qualify for the program, as much as other eligibility requirements. But those who are interested can always email us. And this is just our overall flyer. Like I said, we have many programs, as you can see, from healthcare, housing, residential, overnight respite, family reimbursement, community rehabilitation, educational services, adult learning, supportive employment, technology, and recreation, and much more. I did put this in the chat for those who are interested, and it does have our contact information as well. And again, if you have any questions, whether it's about resources in the community, about our services, if you have questions, you can always reach out to my program, which is Project Connect, Information and Referral, which assists everyone, whether it's our organization or outside organization, information with individuals with intellectual or developmental disabilities in the 5 boroughs. You can call us at our number, or you can email us at projectconnect@adaptcommunitynetwork.org, or you can also visit our website and submit an inquiry form as well. Well, for now, that's all. Thank you for having me. I know we're probably a little bit over time, so I'll put my information in the chat.
Thank you so much for being patient, Nicole. I want to thank everyone for joining us today. Maybe in the fall, we'll consider making our meetings till 6:30 if we have this much wealth of information. Unfortunately, we didn't have too many parents and families join us, but this is recorded, so I will make sure that it's shared on our council site. And all of you, if you want to post it on your sites and share as well, you're more than welcome to. Once the video recording is ready, just let me know. You can reach out to us. If you sent me a flyer in the chat, or if you emailed me a flyer, I will be sharing it also after this meeting. So if you have something else to send and you want to be included in the announcements, and if you didn't already put them in the chat and or send them to me separately, please do so, and I'll send it out to everyone. I think that's it. Again, we will not be having any committee meeting for June. Council will be hosting our family support fair June 18th. We hope to see everyone there. I know many of you on this call will be there. So we'll all see you then, Brooklyn College, 9:30 a.m. Thank you, everybody.
Night, everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank
Bye,
Good
you.
night. Thank
everyone.
you.
Good night, everyone. Okay.